Hi, I'm Rich Torrey. Welcome to another level of cartooning. All you ever need to follow along with me is a pencil and paper. It doesn't get any easier than that, right? So we're knee deep in our Halloween season, and while I'm not about to rent any of those giant skeletons or witches or dementors, my wife and I did break down and buy a pretty big plastic pumpkin. So, yeah. Anyway, here at Level Up Cartooning, we've kicked off the Halloween season by drawing Disney's iconic witch from Snow White. Then we followed that up last week by drawing the dark and evil Horn King from the Black Cauldron. Again, a Disney character. Well, today we're going to go Disney again, but this is a special one and a little different kind of drawing for us. We're going to draw one of the opening poses for the 1929 groundbreaking First Silly Symphony animated short, The Skeleton Dance. If you haven't seen it, I recommend finding it and watching it. And if you do, consider this. While it was a big hit when first shown in theaters, it was considered by some to be too gruesome for children. It was even banned in Denmark. Wow, have we come a long way. Anyway, what makes this one a little different for us is it's not just a character or two. It's a full scene, including a background. I think we're going to have a lot of fun doing this one. But I want to emphasize that with a scene, including several characters and other stuff, it's even more important that we don't start with one of the characters' eyeballs and try to build the entire scene from there. We want to start by mapping out where things are going to go and the size of those things. To help with that, I'm going to provide a roadmap at the end of step 1 that you can take a screenshot of and print out to help you. I'll point it out when I'm about to do it, okay? Anyway, before we get started, make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button as it helps this channel to grow, and hit the bell so you never miss a lesson. All right then, let's draw our scene from Disney's classic, The Skeleton Dance. We're going to draw our skeleton dance scene step by step, giving you the secret formula to be able to draw it again and again. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know I normally use the characters' heads to figure out how big the entire character is. In this pose, the sitting or squatting skeleton is 3 heads tall. That is when you include his long bony fingers draped over the tombstone he's on. In other words, however tall the skeleton's head is, his entire body is 3 of those. Oh, and the scary cats, they're roughly 2 heads tall. Okay, so what do you say we draw the roadmap for our scene from Disney's The Skeleton Dance? So there's our roadmap for our skeleton dance scene. Before we go on to step 2, here's an image of that roadmap for those wanting to do a screen grab and to print it out. Okay, now on to step 2. In this step, we do what I call roughing out the features. This is where we really begin to add some of those features that will make the last step easier. I want to remind you that until the third and final step, you want to draw as light as possible. You'll see that I use guidelines to help me to know where to put the skeleton's eyes and some of the other things. We don't want those guidelines in the final drawing. So you want to draw them light enough to be able to erase them easily. Okay, so let's rough out the features of our skeleton dance scene. Okay, so they're the roughed out features of our scene from the skeleton dance. So now with the roadmap done and the features roughed out, it's time for that final step. In step 3, we get to have fun. We get to draw in the final details of our scene from the skeleton dance. We don't have to guess where to put things because we've already done all the hard work figuring that out. As I often caution you, you don't want to just mindlessly retrace over the lines you've already drawn. As you're drawing in that final line of our skeleton dance scene, you want to be thinking about how you might improve it, staying vigilant until the very end. Okay? So let's draw in the details for our scene from Disney's The Skeleton Dance. And that's how you do it. There you have it, our little scene from the legendary first silly symphony, The Skeleton Dance. So how do you think you did? Understand if you've never drawn such a scene from the skeleton dance, or any skeleton, or scary cat, or scary tree, you can't expect to have drawn them perfectly. Notice I didn't spend time finishing the shading of our skeleton dance scene during this video because I want my lesson to focus specifically on the drawing process. Now you have the secret formula, the process for drawing the scene from the skeleton dance. And with that you can draw it again and again, and by all means shade it in or color it when you're done. I promise each time you draw it, it'll be a little better and a little easier. I also promise the more you work with me, the better you're going to get at all of your cartoon characters. So I'd love to see your drawing of our scene from the skeleton dance. I encourage you to add your own spin on the spooky background. If you can, take a picture and post it on either Facebook or Instagram, and don't forget to include the hashtag #LevelUpCartooning. I hope you had as much fun as I did with this one. Remember to subscribe, and thanks for joining me. Well, I haven't made the final decision. I've had so much fun with this one. I might have to do another scene from this Disney classic. Maybe the skeleton's actually dancing. We'll have to see. Actually, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Until then, keep drawing, my friends.